Which TV character influenced your sense of humor the most? Philip J. Fry. Charlie Kelly here, local business owner, and cat enthusiast. You're telling me that you believe that Christ comes back to life every Sunday in the form of a bowl of crackers and you proceed to just eat the man? Percival Ulysses Cox. Frank Drebin from Naked Gun. Or any character that is played by Leslie Nielsen really. My favorite is, he was Caucasian. Caucasian? Yeah. White guy, 6 foot, mustache that's an awfully big mustache. Married, 1 child, that didn't work out so he married a grown woman. I'm sorry to bother you at a time like this, Mrs. Twice, we would have come earlier but your husband wasn't dead then. Who are you and how did you get in here? I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith. Like a midget at a urinal, I was gonna have to be on my toes. Like a blind man at an orgy, I was going to have to feel my way through. Gets me every time. Bender. John Dorian. That's Dr. John Dorian, thank you. Dr. Acula. George Costanza. If you take everything I've accomplished in life, and condense it down into one day it looks decent. Sean Spencer. Sterling Archer. The very greatest Archer joke, Archer, wait, there are animals? Lana, no, Animal Farm. Cyril, how do you not get that? Archer, no, I know what an animal farm is. Cyril, not an animal farm. Archer, maybe we can stampede a flock of goats down the hall. Lana, Animal Farm is a book. Archer, no, it's not Lana. It's an allegorical novella about Stalinism by George Orwell, and spoiler alert, it sucks. Dr. Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye Peirce. Edmund Blackadder. Either him or Arnold Judas Rimmer, BSc, SSC. Daria Morgendorfer edit, this is the biggest comment I've ever had. Thank you for the awards and all the replies. Glad I'm not the only one channeling Daria this many years on. Liz Lemon. Same show, but my favorite character is Dr. Spaceman. Dear Dr. Spaceman, thank you for your submission. The New England Journal of Medicine does not publish X-rated cartoons. Dorothy from the Golden Girls. Edit, my favorite is when Stan shows up at the door and goes, "Hiya sweetie pie, how you doin'?" And Dorothy savagely replies with, "Fine cupcake, thanks for asking," and slams the door in his face, ha 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 ha. If I had that money I could have moved into a swinging condo instead of living with I better not say anything until I've had my coffee, a slut and a moron. Larry David. Ryan Reynolds in Two Guys a Girl and a Pizza Place. And JD from Scrubs. Lucille Bluth. Captain Jack Sparrow. Hello, Zuko here. Jay and Silent Bob and the other characters in the Viewisk universe. Al Bundy. Phil Dunphy. C-137 Rick. Wednesday Addams. Not a TV character, but the biggest influence in my humor was Calvin and Hobbes. We had the entire collection and I was homeschooled until 8th grade. I would read those comics every morning with my breakfast for pretty much my entire homeschooling life. Does Michael J. Nelson, MS Deck, count as a character? I've got to say Jim from The Office, and I didn't notice it until recently, I tend to inject little comments in the middle of conversations or related activities. For example, if someone says something incorrect I'll just quietly mutter "that's not how that works" or something like that. I do it in many other situations. Not my main form of humor, but I just realized it recently like I said, so it's on my mind. Patrick Jane from The Mentalist. SpongeBob. Seinfeld. Roger Smith. Al Bundy. Peter Griffin, I'm now a dipshit to everyone. Frank Barone. Chappelle Show. Homer Simpson. Tyrion Lannister. Barney Stinson. Robin Williams characters. All of them. Jack O'Neill. Adam Sandler. Being in my teens, early 20s and watching Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer and all the rest. He was quoted constantly by myself and my friends. I still find myself quoting him all these years later. Stop looking at me, Swan. Tobias Fink. I too have blew myself on more than one occasion. The main character of Brooklyn 99, Jake. My sense of humor is most influenced by Groucho Marx, but it was through movies rather than TV. I'm not old enough to have seen the shows he hosted. Liz Lemon. Will Smith. Foghorn Leghorn Bugs Bunny Hawkeye Pierce Trapper John McIntyre, MASH. Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye Pierce, but only a little bit, mostly it was stand-up comics like Pryor, Carlin, Murphy, etc. Alex Russo from Wizards of Waverly Place. Made me a sarcastic 7-year-old. Nothing has changed. Also Chandler. Seinfeld. Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. Mr. Bean. Lorelai Gilmore of Gilmore Girls. Key and Peele. Ron Swanson. Definitely, Robin Williams. Whole cast of Seinfeld. I watched from a very young age. It's probably Chandler Bing. Probably Bugs Bunny. Jeff Winger from Community, I think I have based my whole personality on him. Homer J. Hashtag definitely Conan O'Brien. Conan was my childhood. I grew up without a dad and he was my male role model. His self-deprecating smart offbeat goofy style seriously influenced my sense of humor and jokes and literally the way I interact with the world in general. He taught me not to take yourself too seriously and to just play with social interaction and life in a polite, intelligent, respectful, goofy, fun-loving way. Conan is my hero, and when he retired from the talk show world this year I literally cried. Same when NBC screwed him over. I literally rocked a I'm with Coco t-shirt for 6 months. Love you Conan. Lucille Ball. Hawkeye Pierce. Monty Python in general. My mom would watch it in the 70s on PBS, and I loved it. Unfortunately it was usually bookended by some god-awful upstairs downstairs episode or masterpiece theater. The entire cast of I Think You Should Leave. My entire firehouse just constantly quotes that show. I'm not even exaggerating, there is one homage to at least one skit in every conversation we have there. Dr. House, Patrick Jane, Edmund Blackadder. Original cast from SNL. Sean Spencer from Psych definitely. Tobias Funke. Kramer. Chandler Bing. Daniel Tosh. I actually was working at a pet store and met him. I didn't know it was him until the name popped up on our credit card machine. I had been helping him out for about 5 minutes until I realized it was him. I, a 21-year-old man, had a meltdown and fangirled as he walked out of the store. Probably any of the characters from Married with Children. My family and I watched that show together every week growing up. Dr. House. Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, Dave Chappelle, Mel Brooks. Chandler. Gregory House. Seth MacFarlane. The man has voiced so many characters, but his comedy is all about making fun of society for what it is. Mrs. Doubtfire and most characters played by Robin Williams. Sokka. Bugs Bunny. Just the right amount of sarcastic wit, and disregard for BS. Mork from Ork. Red Foreman from That 70s Show. Mark Corrigan. King Kai from Dragon Ball Z. Tim Heidecker. Hawkeye Pierce. Sarcasm is my main mode. Niles Crane. Sterling Archer. George and Elaine 100%. Michael Scott. Jack Tripper from Three's Company. David Addison from Moonlighting. April Ludgate.